The second treatment we're going to demonstrate today is the Power Pumpkin Resurfacer. And this treatment has 40% pumpkin pulp, 10% glycolic acid, 10% lactic acid, and 2% salicylic acid. This is a very resurfacing treatment. It's a little bit stronger than the Power Alpha Peptide Resurfacer, so keep that in mind when you're going through your consultation with your client. You can do this treatment in a series of 6, scheduled 1 week apart for your acne clients. It gives amazing results, but you can also use it for your clients that have any other skin concerns. Anything in the anti-aging range, pigmentation, fine lines and wrinkles, this treatment will absolutely address that for them. Let's do the treatment. And so to get started with this treatment, we're going to cleanse the skin with the Glyco Creamy Cleanser, 15%. Just want to use a quarter size amount approximately. I'm going to apply it to dry skin. And we're going to do 2 cleanses. And so this is a rather strong treatment. It's a little bit stronger than the Power Alpha Peptide Resurfacer. So I just want to show that to you. Just removing cleanse 1. We're going to start with cleanse 2 of the Glyco Creamy Cleanser. Jennifer's skin's going to respond rather quick to this treatment, which I'm excited to show you because I think you need to see that all different skin types respond differently to the Power Pumpkin Resurfacer. It's a pretty strong treatment. You need to keep that in mind. This one has 40% pumpkin pulp in it, 10% glycolic acid, 10% lactic acid, and 2% salicylic acid. So that's a lot of activity on the skin. So you want to make sure that you're ready to go with your cool towels after you take this treatment off. So we're ready to remove cleanse number 2. And again, we're using our 4x4 gauze pads here. So the Power Pumpkin Resurfacer, this is a great treatment on all different skin types, except maybe your more sensitive skin types, because the skin gets pretty red from this treatment. And again, it works really quick on the skin. Okay, so the next step is we want to degrease the skin or defat the skin. We're going to use our DermaPrime. And this is going to get all the oil off the skin. Just going to shake the DermaPrime. We want to saturate our 2x2 gauze pad. Before I put this, or before I apply it to Jennifer's skin, I want to give her the fan because that active ingredient, the main active ingredient in DermaPrime is alcohol. And alcohol is kind of fumey, and I really want Jennifer to be comfortable. So I'm going to go ahead and start degreasing. Now, if Jennifer had more thick and oily skin, I would have to degrease longer, but she's more normal to dry. So I don't have to do as an aggressive of a degreasing on her skin as I would if it was somebody different with a different skin type. So you can really feel the DermaPrime when you're degreasing the skin. Jennifer, how does this feel on a scale of 1 to 10?
3.
3? She's at a 3. Okay, a lot of activity for degreasing. We're just going to let that dry for a minute. And then we're ready to start doing the Power Pumpkin Resurfacer. Now we're going to apply this resurfacer a little different than we did the Power Alpha Peptide Resurfacer. I'm going to use my fan brush. But first I'm going to make sure I absolutely shake up this Power Pumpkin Resurfacer because with the acids that are in this treatment and the pumpkin, they really do separate. So absolutely make sure you shake this up really well before you apply it to the skin. About a quarter size amount of treatment product in the glass bowl. I'm going to saturate my fan brush with the pumpkin. Notice I'm not doing this over her face, I'm doing it off to the side. I don't want anything dripping where it shouldn't. Now I'm just about ready to get started applying the Power Pumpkin, but there's one thing I want to do first. I want to make sure that I have neutralizing solution ready to go. just in case her skin responds really quickly to the treatment. I want to make sure I have something that's going to bring up the pH of her skin rather quickly. So here's some neutralizing solution. Notice how I shook this bottle before I saturated this 2x2 gauze pad. I'm going to just put it right next to her and that towel. Also, I'm going to have an ice cold towel ready to go as well, because again, this treatment works really fast on the skin. And just in case, I want to have some nice cold towels ready to go so I can instantly start soothing the skin. So there you go. Those are right there. Okay, so now I have my ammunition that I need just in case. Now I'm ready to apply the Power Pumpkin. Okay, so I'm going to put my timer down here because we want to time how long we keep this on the skin. I'm going to hit start. Okay. So the great thing with the fan brush is you can move really quickly down and around the face. You really do have to move quickly with the Power Pumpkin Resurfacer. So after I apply it, I'm just going to keep a close check on Jennifer's skin. And while I'm watching her, I'm just going to kind of rub it in a little bit. This is going to help soothe Jennifer's skin because this is very kind of itching on the skin. That's what it feels like when you have all these acids on the skin. A lot of sensation. But Jennifer also does have the fan that's helping to keep her relaxed and soothed. Jennifer, how are you feeling on a scale of 1 to 10?
4.
She's at a 4. That's pretty good. Okay. So you don't want to keep the Power Pumpkin Resurfacer on the skin for more than 5 minutes. Now I just want to show the camera that she's starting to react right here on her chin a little bit. So I want to go ahead and neutralize that spot. It's getting kind of white. It's called a hot spot. I want to neutralize that right away. But she's still fine everywhere else. So I don't want to unnecessarily remove this from the rest of her face, just where I need to, because I want Jennifer to get the best treatment possible. Now, Jennifer is Filipino and Japanese, and especially with Filipino skin, they have very thin skin. So keep that in mind when you're doing this treatment on Filipino skin. They're going to respond rather quickly. See how she has that little hot spot there. But don't worry, we're going to take care of that a little bit later in the treatment. Okay. But Jennifer's starting to get a nice redness to the skin. Just going to keep watching her for a few more minutes. Looking for things like this. Okay. Jennifer, is it starting to get a little bit more intense, or are you about the same?
Actually, it's about the same.
It's about the same? Okay. Some clients, the heat keeps getting increased as you go on with the treatment. Some people, it just kind of plateaus. But we just kind of keep watching. We want to make sure that we're looking for those little hot spots. This doesn't happen on all skin, just sometimes. You just have to just keep an eye out for it. It doesn't mean you did anything wrong. Doesn't mean that there was a problem with the treatment. This is just how Jennifer's skin responds to this treatment. And I would do this on her again and again, because I know she'll get great results. I also know that I'm going to follow up with Jennifer and give her the proper home care. So she's going to be on the post-skin resurfacing kit until her skin is completely back to normal. For her, that may be 1 day, 2 days, up to a week. It just depends. Every client's different. But she'll have that kit for home. She can use the post-skin resurfacing kit until her skin's back to normal, and then she can go back to her other treatment products that she's using. And then when it's time for her to go through her next treatment, she can use those products again. So she'll have this at home just waiting, and they'll be ready for her. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes. We're going to go ahead and neutralize the Power Pumpkin. I'm going to first remove it because it's a little bit thicker than the Power Alpha Peptide. I'm going to use a nice cold towel. So the first one I'm just going to pretty much use to remove the Power Pumpkin Resurfacer. And I dropped a lot of ice into the water, so this is very cold, which is very soothing for the client. This is an extremely smoothing treatment. I like to tell clients that it almost feels like microdermabrasion. It's that smoothing to the skin. But when you get 40% pumpkin enzymes and then glycolic, lactic, and salicylic on the skin, there's a lot of activity going on. That combination just gives incredible results. Okay, so the second towel, I'm going to let this sit on the skin. until I feel all the heat transferring from the client's skin. So this is a nice thin, it's almost like a baby diaper towel. You don't want the grainy towels to use, because if I start pulling on her skin, it could actually lift off the top layer of her skin. So you want ones that don't have that grit to it when you're using the Power Pumpkin. I'm going to go ahead and press this into the skin. I'm going to feel, because right now when I touch her skin, I can feel cold. I'm waiting to feel that warmth from her skin coming through the towel. Make sure you get the upper lip. I'm just going to get another gauze pad ready while this towel is sitting on Jennifer's face. I'm just going to get a little bit more neutralizing solution. We're going to use this as soon as I take off this cold towel. Okay. Starting to feel the warmth. It's hard to tell on Jennifer's skin because her skin's a little bit darker, but on a lighter skin tone, a skin type 2 or 3 perhaps, the skin is going to be pretty red. And so this is going to help bring down some of that redness from the skin. Make sure I get that pumpkin out of the hairline. Okay, so here's my neutralizing solution. I just saturated that 2x2 gauze. I'm just going to wipe this across the face, just to make sure the pH is adjusted back to the normal skin pH. How you feeling, Jen?
Good.
She's a little red there. I'm just going to hold the neutralizing solution for just a minute. Okay, so now it's time to put on the finishing products. I'm going to start with the Advanced B5 Serum. This is going to give Jen the hydration she needs. Again, this has that 40% hyaluronic acid, which is high levels of hydration for the skin. Also has the MDI complex, which we know helps reduce the redness in the skin. Also strengthens the capillaries. We want to strengthen the skin, not weaken it. So we have to replace the skin with stronger skin using the proper ingredients, so we can keep doing these professional treatments effectively. So that's the Advanced B5 Serum. Then the next step is the Collagen Activating Complex. And the Collagen Activating Complex stimulates collagen 3, which is the wound healing collagen. And then we just created a slight wound to the skin, so we want to make sure that we stimulate the proper collagen. Also, she had that little hot spot. Putting this right on top of that, it's going to help make sure that this little hot spot doesn't turn into a little scab. And since Jennifer is a skin type 4, this area, I would tell my client that this area might get dark for a day or so. Just let them know. It's better that you're proactive and tell them if you know the response on the skin, that this may get dark for a day or so. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with the treatment. It just means she had a little bit more activity that happened right here. But in the post-skin resurfacing kit, there's the Skin Vitalite, and the Skin Vitalite is going to help address the melanocyte activity in this area and help stabilize and normalize it. Okay, so we just put on the Advanced B5 Serum and the Collagen Activating Complex. So the third finishing product we're going to put on is the Antioxidant Soothing Serum. So get about a pump of that. And again, this has copper. Copper is very soothing. It's an antioxidant. We always want to put our antioxidants on before the sunscreen. Copper helps repair and strengthen the epidermis. It also helps to prevent infection too. So, not that this is something you have to really worry about in an aesthetic treatment, but sometimes post-treatment there could be some infection to the skin if the skin didn't respond properly. But it's just nice to know that anyway, that copper can help with that. And then the last step is to apply your sunscreen. In this case, we're going to use the Zinc Clear SPF 30. We always want to use a physical sunscreen when we're doing professional treatments. The Zinc Clear is 100% zinc-based. There's actually 18.6% zinc oxide in this product. And we're going to give Jennifer the soothing that she needs after this treatment. Plus, physical sunscreens give you immediate sun protection, where those chemical ones can take up to a half an hour to work into the skin. So Jennifer's going to go outside after she leaves here today, and I want to make sure that she has immediate sun protection. And notice how nicely the zinc is going into Jennifer's skin. A lot of times zinc on darker skin tones looks a little ashy, and it's blending very nicely into Jennifer's skin. And plus, since this treatment is a little intense, she's getting that immediate soothing as well from the zinc. And also, the zinc gives a nice little glow to the skin. Jennifer is looking like something just happened. Her skin looks great. Now, this is a treatment I could perform on her in a series. You could do it once a week in a series of 6 to jumpstart an aggressive resurfacing program, and then she could be doing this treatment monthly after that. Okay, and that is how you perform a Power Pumpkin Resurfacer. Before you actually get started performing any of the DermaQuest skin therapy treatments, make sure you have the client sign a consent form, review their client history, and if you've treated this client before, make sure you double check their health history, ask if there's been any changes since last time you've seen them. Make sure you send your clients home with home care instructions, and also make sure you send them home with a post-skin resurfacing kit. Make sure you follow up with your clients within 24 hours. Give them a call. If they have any concern at all, make sure you have them come into the clinic so you can see visibly what's happening with their skin. The following products are in the post-skin resurfacing kit: the anti-inflammatory cleanser, the advanced B5 serum, collagen activating complex, antioxidant soothing serum, Skin Vitalite, and Zinc Clear SPF 30. Thank you for taking the time to learn these treatments today, and when you're comfortable with them, we'd like to offer you more tips and tricks to make these treatments even more unique. You can email us at education@dermaquestinc.com or call us at 800-213-8100 and speak to an esthetician, and we'd be more than glad to share these tips and tricks with you. So thank you.